Was one of those wrecks that'll take your breath, as I believe it did Dennis Setzer. Setzer came flying into turn number 3, and it looks as if perhaps the throttle hung, Darrell.
The throttle hung, you see it snaps right there. I got to believe that, I don't know, the brakes were working, that's for sure. You saw the wheels locked up, front wheels locked up there. I'm not sure what happened.
Could have been, he carried a lot of speed into the corner.
Could have been too much rear brake, and it snapped on him when he touched the brake. But throttle hung, we'll just have to find out from Dennis.
The brakes actually went out, went all the way to the floor, going off in a 3 on a mock run. Don't know what happened yet, but unfortunate for Brian and these guys. They got a good little team they're trying to put together. I appreciate the opportunity for Bob and Brian.
Have you got a backup car?
No, we don't have a backup car. We'll be back later, though, some other time.
But you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks, man.
Now, a lot of times what you'll do here, they run a qualifying run, and then he said the brakes went to the floor, and you could see that probably after he got some fluid circulated, but a lot of times the pads get shoved back.
Here's a look at what happened. You're going to see Jason Leffler, top right of your screen, have some trouble off turn number 2 there. He's already made contact with the outside wall. Here comes Jeff Fuller to avoid hitting him right in the door. He turns his car hard left, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to spin it around. He's going to make some awfully hard contact with the inside wall.
Phil couldn't hit it in a worse place. I mean, it was angled to the opening on the inside wall on the backstretch. There's an opening there. Hit at a bad angle, hit flat, right there. Just a bad place to do that. But what Jeff Fuller was trying to do was trying to avoid hitting Jason Leffler. You're thinking it looks like there's a lot of time to make decisions here, but this is a split-second decision, from Jeff Fuller to come. If you'll notice, as he comes into the picture here, he's heading right for the door for Jason Leffler, decides to make a hard left to miss contact with Jason Leffler, and went right into the inside wall, hit it, at exactly the wrong spot where that opening is on that flat contact. And as you know, that flat part of the wall there is a bad place to do it.
Oh, trouble! Harvick's around.
Oh, got spun on the backside by the 43.
How many is it going to collect?
Hold the brake.
Oh, what a vicious crash! Eric McClure.
Get it around here.
I think we're okay, maybe. Just need tires.
Accident that began at the front of the pack, jockeying for position to race for the win, ends with some heavily damaged cars scattered across turn 3.
So Kenseth, the yellow car, right in the middle, in front of Logano, right here. Trying to get with his teammate Kyle Busch, but comes back up. That tips Logano into Trevor Bayne. His nose catches Paul Menard, who plows into Kligerman, who gets up in the air on top of Menard's car. And who's that underneath? Black car.
That's the 83 car of Ryan Truex.
And it was Ryan who got out of the car quickly in the black fire suit and was running to check on Kligerman. 3 wide drafting here. Kenseth down a little bit, but Menard is there. And he just moves Logano enough that Joey loses control, gets into Menard. The white car of Kligerman, the black car of Truex, and the white car of Blaney, all stacking up at the start-finish line.
And Trevor Bayne in that 21 car may have gotten a little bit of damage, but Lord, it could have been a whole lot worse for him.
And in the second spot was Mayfield. So we get another look right here for a moment. Way up. He's much higher than he should be. And here he goes, round and round, and boom, into the wall.
No, he missed the wall.
No, I guess he did miss the wall.
This is where he got collected.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough room, and Randy Nelson nailed him.
I misspoke. There were 4 cautions. That is the 4th caution of the day. Again, we're working without any scoring, so it's Baguess and Bagali here some of the time. Ooh, almost. That's a hard hit for Randy Smith, or rather for Gary Smith. take a quick break and be back once again. Hey, you hungry? Oh, a few pancakes.
What is that?
I thought it was a Frisbee.
Darrell Waltrip would think it's his name.
It all came apart all right.
Watch 77 Brendan Gaughan get Spencer, who got Rudd, who then got hit by Sauter. Earnhardt turned around, hit Burton. Got all that?
Yeah, and there goes Morgan Shepherd sliding down through there.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got 12 and a half rows
41
of cars,
comes back and gets, looks like the
look
4
down
car.
here at the bottom. The two fellows who had to go to the tail end of the field for penalties made out.
paid off.
Imagine that. Now fans are voting. Well, let's have another look here. That's in the middle of the pack.
Watch that 41 car. He bounces off the outside wall. Now watch him. He starts going backwards. Spencer sitting down there has no damage. The 41 backed into Spencer and knocked the fire out of his car.
There's how it all starts.
Yeah, and look at that. He's jacked up off the ground.
Turned around.
Here comes Rudd into the wall now. This 41 gets turned around again. He'll go backwards and then he'll go across the track, and Spencer is sitting down here on the apron. See him up there in the 4 car. Now watch this.
Oh,
bam.
Play as we have caution.
The 85 of Brent Raymer on fire on the front stretch. A lot of damage to the front of that. You see Brent jumping out of that truck.
Boy, I'm glad to see Brent get out of that truck.
That's a lot of fire. You're right, Brett.
See damage to the 39 of Ryan Sieg. But Brent Raymer, another hard collision.
Coming in, guys. Get ready
to the front of that race truck. Michael, you talked about Daytona. When we talk about Brent Raymer, we always think about that hard hit he took at Daytona, and now another hard hit. This time fire engulfing that entire truck. When it came to stop, he was on his way out. There you see the damage to the right side of Ryan Sieg's number 39.
We have to believe they're probably related.
Yeah, and somehow it looked like Sieg got squeezed in the outside wall.
Middle view screen, that's Brett coming off of turn number 4. He just caught on fire, just simply caught on fire there. And it looks like it's inside the driver's compartment. Wow. Had to have a fuel line rupture or something like that, Michael. Had to be. Look at all the fire inside that cockpit.
And then he hit the wall on top of all that, Phil.
More significant this time.
Yeah, I think I said the last time would do him in, but this time he's for sure finished.
I think you're safe now. Yeah.
Here comes some pit stops, I think, Phil.
Oh, absolutely. Now is the time to do it.
Now, especially, you know, if you're in the back and you know you can't get up there and win stage 1, you're now making a play to win the race. Take your lumps and stay at the end of stage 1 by pitting now, stay out, and go try to win the second stage and ultimately the race. I like that strategy right now.
We heard Kaz Gralla, crew chief.
Situation with Chavis again. Same spot on the track.
Looks exactly the same as it did that first time. Whatever was rubbing continued to rub, it looked like.
Friesen has already gone to the garage, and he will be joined by the 49 of Chavis as they put him on the truck.
7 to go. Oh, in trouble for Bassett. Bassett hard into the wall, not from contact. Looks like that right front went down, Frank.
Oh, my gosh, Dave, at the absolute worst spot, that right front tire went down. Full throttle, hard into the outside wall with no safer barrier.
You see Ronnie moving around in there. Here's a look. Contact maybe, but doesn't even look like it to the left rear. And that car just shoots up, tire down.
No, look at the sparks underneath that thing. The right front went down, went right onto the sway bar.
That's a big hit at a short track.
Wow. What a tough break for Ronnie Bassett Jr. and that entire team.
Look at this right here. Look at it here. They had been rubbing around.
They've been rubbing, but Vinnie Miller didn't touch him at all right there. He just blew a right front, hard into the outside, and then hit the inside pretty good, Dave.
And we've documented how from being the championship leader heading into Bristol 2 weeks ago until through the first race tonight, it's been a downward spiral for Ronnie's championship hopes, and this is going to hurt it even more.
Yeah.
Pride is not giving any ground at all. They got to remember, oh, trouble back in the back. Ryan Foster turns it around. Still no caution.
The cars keep going underway. Oh, my!
That's Jeff Jefferson on his roof.
Barrel rolls. Hard roll. Wow. Look at the window net comes down. He looks like he's okay. He just pulled the window net of that race car down, and man, did he go for a ride.
What a ride by Jeff Jefferson.
Jeff trying to climb out of that race car with all his safety equipment. It's hard to get turned out that window, but it looks like Jeff is okay.
Wow, listen to the crowd, would you?
Crowd applauses. Man, what a ride that was. He just launched over them turtles.
Jeff Jefferson, great short track racer from Washington State.
It's the mogul here, pretty much out of control. Nothing he can do. Hard down on the right front. Man, hard impact. See the roof flaps come up, but at that point it was too late.
His teammate right behind him in that 10 car, Jim Warren.
Another tribute to the roll cages of these race cars. NASCAR has got these bars and the placement of these bars just right. Look at that barrel roll.
On the low side of the racetrack, it is Neil Bonnet who will take over the lead. They're side by side with Baker.
We had a prediction from pit road that Neil Bonnet might be one of the strongest cars. He's proving it right now. He's about to take the lead from Buddy Baker. That would have been a dead heat there, door to door for the lead, and Earnhardt and Elliott are side by side in turn one.
We have trouble on the tri-oval. Phil Barkdahl, the car becomes airborne, flips down through the tri-oval area. Other cars spin to avoid as Phil Barkdahl's car became airborne, working its way through the tri-oval area.
Barkdahl's car crashed into the outside wall, landed on its roof, now has bounced back up on the wheels, and there is a gasoline fire at the rear of the car as the safety crews are trying to get out there just as quick as they can. We are under caution here at Daytona, the first one of the afternoon, and now the firemen are there. They will extinguish that fire on Phil Barkdahl's car. Again, the car came across the dogleg here at the tri-oval, went off in the grass. The car somehow did a backflip, landed on the roof, bounced out into the speedway, and hit that outside retaining wall, and all the way down toward the first turn. What a scary ride for him. The safety crews apparently have him out of the car, and he is all right. But what a ride for Phil Barkdahl.
Phil Barkdahl, as a matter of fact, got out of the car quickly, waving to the fans down in that area. A couple of other cars had to avoid by going through the grass, as now too is the large portion of the field. As you can imagine, a good bit of debris strewn across the racetrack. Many teams opting to cut across the grass and down pit road so as to not run through the debris, while others opt to take it right to the wall and go to the outside of the Phil Barkdahl Helen Race Special. We are
caution out on lap 168, seventh time today. Yep, that's the 37th, Jeff Purvis.
Really hard hit between Jeff Purvis and Greg Biffle over there, right in turn two, between turn 2 and 3 underneath that walkover bridge, and those guys took a really hard lick.
We were watching the pit stop for Scott Riggs. Let's take a look and see what happened, Mike Wallace.
See Biffle. The wreck has already happened. Well, you can see what happened. Jeff Purvis appears that he's lost a motor, and he's got oil all down. And severe wreck. I hope to. You know, that was a hard hit right in the door, but as we seen the oil net coming out from underneath Jeff's car, what happened, there was oil on the racetrack. Biffle couldn't turn the thing and just hit him. I mean,
let's listen from Greg Biffle's cockpit, on board with Greg Biffle.
Yeah, you can tell that Greg hit him awful hard. You know, those... You know, you can finally see Greg starting to move his hands around a little bit.
Right front is destroyed, therefore he has no brakes. Almost like the throttle's even stuck.
It does look that way, doesn't it?
You know, I'm not so sure that maybe he didn't hit the wall and daze himself and just stayed in the throttle. He's already had hard impact.
That was a hard lick.
Yeah, hard impact into that wall, and then this is just...
Boy, it sure looks like it's still accelerating.
Yeah, it does. Wow, the equipment we have now. A head-on collision is a lot better than a side collision.
45 entries, 43 start this race. Morgan Shepherd didn't start. Yeah, so he's got to be faster than one car, but you can't count on everybody that comes behind him being slower than anybody that comes behind him being slower than him, right? So there it is.
He could have easily damaged that car aerodynamically, could split her up. You know, the back
on the
bumper
brakes.
split her up. You know, now he's got to throw up.
Did you see that?
Worse.
The cover to the cowl was on the car. Did you see it just pop off?
Yeah, blew off. Sure. Yeah.
How about that?
You know,
if you've never seen one of these cars when they're waiting to go out, the cowl opening, the air induction opening on the top of the hood by the windshield, they put a cover over it to keep anything from getting down in there, and someone's supposed to take that off before the car runs. And unless I'm looking at something totally strange, when he hit that wall, it just popped off that car.
Well, let's look. As he's spinning around, let's see if it's on there, Alan.
Look at that. It is.
It is on there. No.
Yeah, it's there. There's a handle on there. See? It just came out.
It sure did. Unbelievable. That's a good catch, Alan.
How about that?
Wow.
We've made a little mistake, guys.
Yeah, so they're, you know, with a new team, those problems certainly happen, but that absolutely would have killed horsepower. There it is.
No power. Stuck in the hood.
Yeah, down on horsepower. Wow.
It's a good thing somebody up here can see.
Yeah, I didn't see that. He's choking the motor down. Wow.
All right, so cleaning up the debris on the track as Carl limps back around, and let's check downstairs with Doc.
Greg and then Derek Cope. Well, and you can see he's already good, well, and sideways at that point. Look at, he's full on the throttle, and he doesn't even ever get the wall. Now he's looking where he wants to go. He's on full steering lock there, and look at that. Whew. Wow. We never saw that before. Derek gets all the way up on the side. Derek Cope lucky not to get over that wall. That was a huge hit for Derek Cope. And Derek had nowhere to go.
And back at the back of the field, one car beginning to lose an engine and a spin. Darrell Waltrip leads him to the stripe. Two cars tangle, one of them Yarborough. Now several cars involved as we've got a melee coming off of the fourth turn. It began when one car started to have an engine go at the conclusion of the lap as he entered turn 4. And now you can see the results of that as oil sprayed on the track. Yellow flag, caution period here at Daytona. So Darrell Waltrip leads at the conclusion of the second lap with the caution out here at Daytona International. So the firecracker is underway and under yellow, and we'll have more coming up later on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
What a chain reaction. I don't know why the spotters didn't have that up. Benny Parsons is one of the cars down there. Okay. Go ahead. So the camera car is gone already? Bud Moore's car. Bodine out. We have, is that Jarrett? Is Jarrett? Yeah. Or is Cale? Got an ambulance in Cale's car. An ambulance over on the other side, but nobody. I think those are just waiting stages. Okay, who lost it first, you know? Okay. Watch. Yeah. Lewicki and Yarborough. Denny, there was two more. Oh, the sound was incredible on that thumping. Did you hear that? Hear him thumping? Dropping sacks of sand. The onboard provide anything?
All right, so let's show you the beginning of the Cole wet spin. That's just a piece of brake duct. Don't mind that.
But watch how long it is before the 33 comes in there running wide open. Now here's what happened there.
Cole and Danica got together. So he's in the wall.
Now watch this. He comes down. If he could have stayed up on the wall, he'd have been a whole lot better off. But he comes down the track.
Caution's been out for a while.
It's been out forever.
Where's he going?
Bam.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the caution light basically blinding him as he was driving off into turn 1.
Rookie mistake. Big rookie mistake.
When the caution comes out, the cars are scored at the last scoring loop they passed. There is no way to improve your position after the caution flag waves.
That was just totally uncalled for, and it's, like I said, it's a rookie mistake, and it's probably done a tremendous amount of damage to this 20 car, our leader, or our second place car at the time.
This place, things happen real quick. I seen the 26 spun down in turns 1 and 2. By the time I got the communication info, it was too late. I was on the brakes hard, and everybody was checking up. I got right in the back of the 20. It's just a late call, and I had nowhere time and no reaction time to get there, and it's all on me, really. I just couldn't check up in time.